So why are so many Christians disagreeing with one another? Why are they some saying this is true and that's true and I believe this and I believe that? And that problem is called exegesis versus eisegesis. And I don't want to lose you using these words, but we need to understand what they mean because they're the only words that communicate this for us. So let's go and have a look at that and see why there's a problem with how people take the scripture and come up with different ideas. Exegesis is the idea that God has inspired the Bible and therefore it must be used to interpret itself. If you want to know the meaning of something in the Bible, other parts of the Bible will supply the answer. So in other words, if you find something and it's locked, you will find the key to that lock in another part of the Bible. So when we use exegesis, we allow the Bible to unlock the Bible. God's inspiration is the ultimate authority for what we believe. And this is encouraged in the scriptures itself. Isaiah 28 verse 10, for precept must be upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. So we must build our precepts. We must build what we'd call our presuppositions, our foundational beliefs on what the Bible is saying by using the Bible itself. And only the Bible can interpret the Bible. And in Jesus' times, there was issues. In Matthew 22:29, Jesus answered and said to them, to the Pharisees, to the church of the time, you are mistaken, not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of God. That's a really interesting thing Jesus said there. He said, you don't know the scriptures. And what he meant there was they had not used exegesis. They had not allowed the scriptures to interpret the scriptures. They had used eisegesis. So let's have a look at eisegesis. Eisegesis is the idea that man brings his understanding and uses that to interpret the Bible. So you put your worldview goggles on. You've already come with what we would call some presuppositions, something you have presupposed to be true, and now you look at the Bible and you interpret the Bible according to your ideas of how truth and reality are. So if you want to know the meaning of something in the Bible, you look to your belief system first, and that is your ultimate authority. And many worldviews do this, including many Christian churches, secularists, atheists, Muslims. Whenever they come to the Bible and they look at the Bible, they come assuming certain things. In fact, it's our nature. We can all do this. We can all have ideas about what the Bible is saying based on what we just assume and accept is true because we believe it. You see, their criticism is always founded on the assumption that their opinion is correct and infallible. So they look at the Bible and they say, because of what I know, therefore this is what this means in the Bible. Because of what I know, therefore this cannot be true in the Bible. So man's interpretation is then based on this worldview, and bias is the ultimate authority. And we call that eisegesis. The Bible talks of this. 2 Peter 1:20. Knowing this first, that no prophecy of Scripture is of private interpretation. And in 2 Peter 3:16, a very strong warning where Peter is talking about how Christians are taking Paul's writings and trying to extrapolate something from them that matches what they believe coming to the writings. He says, also in his epistles, meaning Paul, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to understand, which untaught and unstable people twist to their own destruction, as they do also the rest of the scriptures. So eisegesis is dangerous, according to the scripture. It can result in our destruction. And that makes sense, because truth is truth, and God has laid his truth out in the scripture, and we must use truths to unlock truths, and truths to explain truth. We can't take one piece of the Bible and then extrapolate from that a whole worldview. We have to take the texts on that subject, and we have to place them in balance, and we have to compare them and see what God is telling us. And if we don't, we can end up in destruction. And this is always the basis of attacks on the Bible. People assume that they have the truth, and then they come to the Bible and interpret that Bible according to their beliefs. Or even sometimes believers have a particular point of view and they will come to the Bible and interpret the Bible based on that point of view. And God says, don't do that. Here a little, there a little. Let the Bible unlock itself. Would you like to know more? Well, we have connect groups, we have Light Church, personal studies. So please visit our website and get in touch and see how we can help you to understand how to study the Bible, how the Bible interprets itself, and how you can come to a knowledge of truth using this amazing resource God has given us.